In the Obi-Wan Kenobi finale, the battle-hardened Darth Vader managed to lose a fight to a rusty Ben Kenobi. In this video, I will analyze Vader and Obi-Wan's weaknesses and strengths, and point out Vader's crucial flaw. Obi-Wan was one of the most proficient duelists of his time, mastering Form 3, otherwise known as Sarisu. Although he wasn't particularly powerful with the Force, he trained hard and became very well connected to the Force. His lightsaber form was focused primarily on defense and outlasting his opponent, waiting until the enemy was tired to pounce on him. Although he used this form for the most part, Obi-Wan also mastered Form 4, also known as Ataru, which was almost antithetical to Sarisu. Ataru focused on swift strikes and was noted for its aggression. Form 4 users often called upon the Force to assist them in their attacks and acrobatic movements. A good example of a proficient Ataru specialist is Grandmaster Yoda. Obi-Wan was able to seamlessly switch between both forms, creating a tricky and dynamic dueling style. Vader, on the other hand, was one of the most powerful Sith Lords to ever live, despite his decreased Force abilities due to his previous duel with Kenobi. Although his Force connection was severely weakened due to the duel, he still managed to defeat nearly every single Jedi he came across. He also frequently used the Force not only to disarm his foes, but to kill them, which shows great power since breaking another Force user's Force shield was a difficult task. Darth Vader primarily used Form 5 or Gem So. This form focused on counterattacks, defending against slashes, and then quickly countering with powerful strike. Vader preferred to read his opponent and recognize patterns in their movement and form, seeking weaknesses and pouncing on them. Not only could Vader read his enemy's attack patterns, he could also pinpoint what lightsaber form they're using and adjust his own form to counter it. Despite spending 10 years in a suit, however, Vader likely was not comfortable with his suit yet, and it likely hindered his dueling capacities greatly. During the duel, we see Obi-Wan start out with his classic Sarisu stance. The fight begins, and Vader is clearly going on the offense, perhaps to test Obi-Wan and to read his moves. As the fight continues, however, Obi-Wan begins to go on the offense, attempting to land a blow by counterattacking. He does get eliminated from the fight for a time, but he comes back more aggressive than ever. This is the point where he begins to use his master's form, Ataru. Using swift strikes and evasive counterattacks, he begins to chip away at Vader's defense. Vader is so overwhelmed by this change in form and aggressiveness that he's forced to go into defense. One of Vader's greatest strengths is also his greatest weakness. He liked to read his opponent and adapt his dueling style accordingly. But with Obi-Wan changing his form from Sarisu to Ataru, and possibly even Gem So, which was Anakin's form, Vader was likely confused and struggling to read Kenobi's next action, as it was so erratic. So basically what happened in this duel is Vader struggling to catch up with Obi-Wan's form, and he eventually got caught off guard. We can even see Obi-Wan after the duel, after he won, his stance changing from the Sarisu stance to the Ataru stance, which we can also see Qui-Gon use in his duel with Darth Maul. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe, like the video, turn on notifications, and comment if you want to say something, maybe a video idea or something like that. But this is Entertainment Crew, signing